Hi, friends. So you are a law student, or you just want to know how a promise becomes a contract under law? Then keep reading. You're going to love this story because it's not only law, it's life itself. Before we start, do me a little favor. Just like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon so you never miss out on cool case law stories made easy. Okay, let's get started. Have you ever heard someone make a promise such as, "Don't worry, I'll donate for that cause"? But when it's time, they just disappear? This case is all about that type of promise, and whether or not such promises are enforceable in law. Welcome to the case of Kedarnath versus Gori Mohammed, 1886, a case that eloquently describes the definition of promissory liability and where consideration can be implied by conduct. There was a town, Amroha, District Moradabad, United Provinces, now Uttar Pradesh, in the late 1800s, who were going to build a town hall, a large public building for meetings and gatherings. They began taking donations from rich individuals in the town. One of them was Mr. Gori Mohammed, a well-respected and financially sound man. He entered into a subscription undertaking to contribute rupees 100 towards the construction of the town hall. All good, isn't it? Well, there's the catch. With these commitments from donors, Gori Mohammed included, Mr. Kedarnath, overseeing the construction, engaged contractors, bought material, and started actual construction. But when it was time for the money as promised, Gori Mohammed did not pay. He said, "I promised yes, but I received nothing. So by law, I am not obligated to pay. There was no consideration on your part." This is when Kedarnath sought a legal remedy and filed a case against Gori Mohammed for not keeping the promise. The central legal issue was, is a promise to donate enforceable when the promisee has acted upon that promise and suffered a liability? Or in fewer words, can you be legally compelled to honor your word even if the other party didn't give you anything directly, but took steps based on your word? The court ruled yes, the promise is enforceable. Why? Because Kedarnath had acted in similar expectation. He engaged labor and began construction in expectation of the donated money. That expectation gave rise to a kind of implied consideration. Although Gori Mohammed received nothing in return, his promise led another person to assume liability. And that makes the promise enforceable under Section 2D of the Indian Contract Act, 1872, which defines consideration. This is a perfect case of the doctrine of promissory estoppel and constructive consideration. A promise that leads the other party to act, suffer, or change their position, even without immediate gain, can still be binding in law. Isn't that powerful? A simple promise becomes law when someone relies on it. If you've ever seen this happen in real life, or had to trust someone's word, drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow lawmates. Why this case matters to students. This case is commonly used to answer questions like, is consideration always necessary for a valid contract? When can a promise be enforced without traditional consideration? What is promissory estoppel or constructive consideration? It reminds us that the court considers fairness and reliance, not technical definitions alone. Ideal for contract law chapters such as consideration, gratuitous promises, promissory estoppel, valid agreements. Important point to remember for exams. Always use this case in answers where there was a promise without direct consideration. The promisee relied on the promise. The promiser subsequently refuses to perform. So the next time someone tells you, "Don't worry, I'll help you construct this hall," remember to tell them about this case. And hey, if this video helped you grasp a complex case within a couple of minutes, do like it, subscribe, and share with someone who has a problem with law subjects. Your single click supports more like this useful content. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep watching Law Ignite to ignite your law knowledge. And lastly, you guys are amazing. Thanks for watching.